Welcome to the Deep Dive by Global Heroes, your go-to for the real stories behind real heroes. Get more inspiring content in your inbox with our newsletter, and be sure to follow along on social media.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into the sources on Lewis County, New York. It's this really unique region tucked between the Adirondacks and the Tug Hill Plateau.
And it's less of a simple winter getaway and, more of a masterclass in snow.
An extreme amount of snow.
Exactly.
Bet.
Our mission here is to figure out what makes this place tick, and it all starts with the climate. We're talking about an average of over 200 inches of natural snow every year.
200 inches.
Yep, all thanks to those massive lake effect storms. If you want snow, this is where it lives.
And the sources are really clear that Lewis County has built its entire identity, its whole tourism economy, around high-speed winter thrills.
Right, and the absolute cornerstone of that is snowmobiling. Tug Hill is, legendary for it. Hands down some of the best trails in the entire Northeast.
Okay, but what's really astonishing, what jumped out at me, was the access.
Oh, the access is incredible. You're looking at about 500 miles of groomed trails.
And they're free. I read that right. No permit needed.
That's it. Completely free. No permit required.
Okay, hold on. 500 miles is an enormous network. How do they possibly keep that system so pristine without charging people? What did the sources say about how that's structured?
Well, that's the fascinating part. It's a hyper-local, community-driven effort.
Ah.
The sources point to groups like the Southern Tug Hill Snow Riders. It's volunteers, working with landowners, and it's often funded by local businesses.
Like the rental places.
Exactly. Lodges like Ridgeview or the Flat Rock Inn, they contribute to keep the trails groomed and open. It's really just community passion funding the whole infrastructure.
That makes so much sense. It explains that tight-knit culture you read about. But okay, what if you prefer gravity over horsepower?
Then you head to Snow Ridge in Turin. That's the main spot for downhill skiing and snowboarding. It has something like 22 trails and 7 lifts, so they get to take full advantage of all that natural powder.
Right, but there are quieter options, too, for contrast.
Of course. For a more serene day, you can go cross-country skiing or snowshoeing out at Whetstone Gulf State Park. A totally different vibe from the high-speed stuff.
Okay, so after you've burned all those calories out on the trails, you must be starving.
And that's where the Lewis County Cuisine Trail comes in. The sources make it clear this isn't just generic resort food. It's real farm-to-table comfort.
All based on their local history, right? The dairies, goat farms, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. This is where that local identity really, really shines. I mean, if you're recovering after a day on the trails, you have to try the Krogan Bologna.
The famous Krogan Bologna.
It's a regional specialty, speaks right to their heritage. And for dessert, well, there's a reason they have the International Maple Museum. The maple production is huge.
Which culminates in that Maple Weekend they hold every March.
Exactly. But for pure community spirit, nothing seems to beat the Brantingham Winterfest.
Oh, I had to stop and reread this part. The stuff they do on President's Day weekend, I mean, snowmobile parades, vintage sled shows, that's all pretty standard. But then...
And then you get to the bed and barefoot races.
The bed and barefoot races.
I mean, that detail is just gold. It perfectly sums up this joyful, slightly unhinged way the whole community just embraces the extreme cold. It's so unique.
It really is. Now, shifting gears a bit, it's not all just quirky festivals and snowmobiles. The sources show Lewis County is thinking long-term.
Right. They're not just selling this one winter season. They're pushing for sustainability with this whole Discover Tug Hill campaign.
So what's the core of that campaign?
It's all about balancing the recreation with conservation. They're working with forest land trusts and local governments to protect huge areas of land.
And improving water quality, I saw that was a big focus too.
A huge focus.
Yeah.
It's about ensuring the health of the very environment that brings the tourists there in the first place. It's a way to future-proof their entire model.
So at the end of the day, Lewis County offers this kind of trifecta. You've got the 500 miles of intense free snowmobiling. You've got that deeply satisfying local flavor like a Krogan Bologna. And it's all wrapped up in this commitment to sustainable growth.
And I think if you're planning a trip, the real takeaway is that your timing is everything.
How so?
Well, you'll find snow pretty much any time. That's almost a given. But if you can schedule your trip around the community calendar, to catch the bed and barefoot races at Winterfest.
Or to be there for Maple Weekend in March.
Exactly. That's when you'll have a much richer, deeper experience. You go beyond just the slopes and the trails. That community flavor is what makes a place like this truly unforgettable. That's it for today's deep dive. Want more? Stay connected with Global Heroes through our newsletter and socials.